good evening, everybody. We're going to begin tonight's show with a visit to a local farm that's expanding its operations by inviting visitors in to shop for fresh produce and other traditional farm goods, as well as some harder-to-find items. Located near Milton, Grape Farm has been open to the public since October. In addition to boarding horses and raising chickens, the farm features an old-fashioned country store that offers gifts for the gourmet food lover, organic herbs, special event programs, and even an antique shop. Owner Ginny Ward Garrett launched the diversification strategy as a way to help keep the farm in the black.
I've wanted a farm for my whole life. I've always wanted a farm, and this is kind of my dream come true, but I have to figure out a way to pay for the farm. So hopefully this is an avenue to help me pay for my dream.
Set on 20 acres, Grape Farm offers visitors a taste of country atmosphere that's near town and the chance to shop for a wide range of products, from fresh eggs and gourmet jams to gift baskets, potted plants, and antiques. Garrett says the wide selection reflects her own personal passions.
Well, I suppose that's because I like so many things, and I think if you do what you like, hopefully that will mean you'll be successful. That's what I've always heard, so we'll find out if it's true. Yeah, so these are all things I like. I love food. I love the gourmet food things. I love gift baskets and unique items. I love antiques, and all the little things in here are just things that I really, really like. And it just kind of, when you mix it all up, it just makes it interesting.
Owners say the inventory changes all the time, and they're in the process of expanding the plants and gardening selection by spring. In the meantime, Grape's homey country atmosphere and unique inventory is already attracting guests from throughout the area to take advantage of the farm's events and activities.
I think if your place of business, if you make it your own, it makes people feel just glad to be here. And it's become the hangout, really. People who come here just love to sit around and drink cider. We have hot cider we serve, and we have a lot of samples on ladies' nights. And people just hang out and have a good time, and they feel comfortable. And I feel like I'm inviting them into my home because this is all things that I love.
Grape Farm is open Fridays and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Once a month, the farm features a ladies' night event with crafts and other programs. Grape currently accepts some consignments and goods by local artists as well. The farm is located at 7024 Pine Blossom Road, and there's plenty of parking. Find out more about Grape Farm by visiting Facebook under the name Grape Farm, or contact them at 712-1207.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson.
And once again, you found us at the beautiful MediaCom as we sit high atop our executive
palatial offices in Milton, Florida.
And not 1 cent of economic development money went into this.
No.
That was all hard earned.
They would take it from us if they could.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Or what's it known in the, I guess, the program management jargon is part of the problem.
Well, we're part of the problem to some folks, and we're part of the solution to what I hope to be a lot of other people. Certainly, you know, from time to time, we do run-of-the-mill stories here to keep you informed, but I'm very proud of our little trip down the Santa Rosa Week Road, where we have covered many topics that others dared to even write a story about.
Well, the way it has worked in the last 4 or 5 years is you're not supposed to question something that's being presented as an economic development initiative. You're not supposed to question that. You're against good jobs.
Right.
If you say, well, hey, that's an awful lot of tax, my money, and it seems to be going into yours and your friends' pockets. That's being a naysayer.
It amazes me, and ladies and gentlemen, those of you who have gone on this journey with us, massive. Of course, it starts out real small. You know, it starts out little penny ante dollars in the big scheme of things.
Right.
But it winds up being massive dollars thrown into economic development.
Right.
You know, it's your job, your boss says, well, today you need to fix 15 widgets and get those things delivered. You're clearly defined what you need to do at your job in order to keep your job. economic development is this nebulous thing. You know, well,
We're trying hard.
we're
Trying so hard.
You pick on us in a down year.
Give us more money.
Yeah, we need more money. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we in Santa Rosa County, for Team Santa Rosa, we extended close to $1 million in 1 year for a grand sum total of 19 jobs that they claim they created. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm not a subject matter expert on this. Although I barely graduated high school, I am capable of reading. But economic development is driven more by what your town looks like, the abilities of the people, and the willingness to furnish a workforce to a potential company. Now, I'm going to tell you, I worked for a company for a while. They had a group of bean counters that could tell you within 2 weeks of when there was going to be a large enough population in an area to support this business. And all of the parties and all of this and all of that and the conferences and that meant absolutely nothing to the bean counter who was in Omaha, Nebraska. When he saw a population and an infrastructure at a certain point, he pulled the trigger, go find a piece of property, put this business in. And I am shocked at the volumes of dollars here.
Yeah.
I mean, look, ladies and gentlemen.
Compared to the few, if any, jobs that are actually coming out of it.
Exactly. You know, and look, I don't want to hear about you're picking on us in a down economy. You know, I mean, let's back the bus up. At one time, Santa Rosa County or Team Santa Rosa and Commissioner Salter was claiming some, 375 jobs created in 1 year. When you really look at it, at best, it was 180. And since that time, one of those organizations, 84 Lumber, is no longer in business. But we're trying hard. We've got PowerPoint presentations and we're out there. And I think my biggest disagreement in it is these cross-state line poaching ventures that we go on to go poach a company from somebody else. We give them an 8 or a 10-year tax break, and 7 years into it, another state is poaching them back from us again to get the same deal again. And I don't fault the companies for that. If it was my company, I'd be looking for the best deal. And if I could move and effectively run my business, I'd probably jump ship too. I just don't agree with the system. We need to work within the county. We need to develop small businesses in Santa Rosa County to help them to expand into larger businesses where they have a vested interest. Their kids are in school, they like the churches, they like the beach, or whatever. They have a vested interest in staying here, and they will stay here.
Well, it's also about developing assets that are already there. There's already a port in Pensacola, for instance.
Right.
But instead of going in and taking the logical move and saying, well, why don't we add on to that, since we know traffic's going to increase in coming years, and since other regional ports are adding on to their ports and expanding, let's put a bunch of condos and shops and a ballpark down there.
Well,
I mean, that's the key right there, that these people are operating in their own interests and not in the interests of the general public.
One point that I wanted to make when you brought the port issue up again, and we see this a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a working port. It makes noise, and there's dust that comes off of it. And now you're going to shove residential houses right up to the fence line. So now you're going to have the big brouhaha in the court system down the road of when you unload that ship, you make too much noise. You woke me up this morning.